Hey, everybody. My name is Tim Lockie, and I am just about to hit 6,000 followers on LinkedIn. And I thought it'd be a good time for me to reintroduce myself, say who I am, what I'm up to. Some of you who've been following for me for a long time probably started following me when I was doing something besides the human stack. You might wonder, hey, what is this guy up to now? Why is he always talking about the human stack? What happened to Now It Matters? And for those of you who are later that started following me, you might be wondering, what is the human stack? So I wanted to come on, give a little bit of background about who I am, answer that question. What do I mean by the human stack? What is that brand? What am I up to? And I also want to say thanks to those of you who have been following me for years or for days or for even hours. Thanks for tuning in and listening to the content that I'm creating. I'm really passionate about what I'm doing. I think it's really important in the world. And so I can't wait to tell you about it. Here's me. I'm the transformologist. It's one of my titles. And I am the CEO of the Human Stack. Human Stack is the brand. And if you're not following me on LinkedIn, you can hit that QR code right there and give me a follow. That would be great. Really, what I'm trying to do today is answer the question, what is the human stack? I'm going to answer that question by telling you about my niece. Here she is. And a couple of years ago, my sister took her to Disneyland. And they only had one plan when they went there, only one thing. And it was going to be the last thing they did for the day. And that plan was to go see the Millennium Falcon. And when they got there, it was closed. And my niece was so incredibly sad. So bummed out because she was looking forward to it for so long. And my sister, who had been planning this for so long, she was bummed out as well. I don't know who was more sad about it, my sister or my niece. My niece was crying a little bit, honestly, and uh, they were trying to figure out what was going to happen next. And that's when this stormtrooper ran up, pointed his blaster right at my niece, and accused her of being the rebel spy named V Meridian. And my niece was really taken aback by this, obviously, didn't know what to think about it. And then a second stormtrooper came up, pointed his blaster there, asked her for a chain code, wanted some proof of identification, and they didn't let it go. So I don't know if you know, but at Disneyland, they usually have cast members. Cast members, are only usually supposed to spend about 30 to 60 seconds with any one guest in the park so that, other guests don't start to feel like they're missing out or favorites or any of that kind of stuff. So it was amazing when these two spent almost 5 minutes talking with my niece, asking her where her chain codes were, not letting it go, like pushing on it. And there are some kids who would have been really freaked out by this. But my niece was not that kid. My niece left this world far, far behind, went to a galaxy far, far away, and she was right in it. She was part of the story. She was in Star Wars. She was being questioned as a rebel. It was amazing. She loved it. It was fantastic. After they finally said, okay, well, don't make sure that you never travel again without your chain codes and whatever, and let her go. My sister and my niece were walking out, high-fiving each other, so excited about this thing that had happened to them. And then my sister noticed a young black woman with blue hair and an orange top, put two and two together and said, "Hey, go see if that's V Meridian." And so my niece did, and V Meridian it was. And if two stormtroopers from the Empire could make my niece feel like she was in a galaxy far, far away, you can only imagine what it was like when the real V Meridian, the real rebel spy, took an interest in my niece and asked her about her life on Earth, what that was like, made her a decoy rebel spy, deputized her into the rebellion. Like, my niece has bragging rights for recess forever. So excited about that. And V Meridian spent Another 5 to 10 minutes with my niece, talking with her. They were laughing, having a great time. And then it was time to go. And when they were walking away, my sister noticed that they had opened the Millennium Falcon. And instead of getting in line and going on Millennium Falcon, my sister thought, man, there is no way that ride is going to be better than the experience we just had. So the one thing they knew they were going to do when they went to Disneyland, they ended up not doing because it would have been a letdown. Like, that is so wild for me to comprehend. When I went to Disneyland, it was like teacups and Dumbo, like not cool stuff like the Millennium Falcon. And it's a real testament to how powerful three probably underpaid staff people, how they could outperform the Millennium freaking Falcon, right? Just to put some numbers behind that, Smuggler's Run, which is the whole like scene that they built, is the most expensive ride ever created by any amusement park ever. $994 million to make this one ride, ignoring all other costs. Depreciation on that, straight depreciation, would be about 90,000 a day. 90,000 a day. 3 cast members probably cost about 450 for that day. That means that 3 cast members get paid such a small amount compared to the Millennium Falcon, and they completely outperformed it. Completely outperformed it. And to me, that is exactly why I talk about the human stack, because we have this belief around technology that the tech stack is the powerful thing. The tech stack is the expensive thing. The tech stack is the thing we've got to build and maintain and manage. And the tech stack is what's going to help our organization find its efficiency. And we just focus on the tech stack so much in technology. And I'm a technologist. I've been a technologist in consulting since 2010. I have traveled the world speaking about technology. I was a Salesforce MVP. I'm on an advisory team with Microsoft Tech for Social Impact. I'm on another advisory team helping write framework and ideas for fundraising.ai. I've been on teams with Salesforce and their partner advisory team as well. So I've done the tech stack thing. I know how powerful the tech stack can be, and I don't believe it's more powerful than the human stack. So what's the human stack? The human stack is like the actors, the soft infrastructure. It's the back office humans that are using the technology tools to accomplish missions and objectives for an organization. In the nonprofit world, that's the fundraising team, the marketing team, program team, volunteer managers, executives, all of those humans are part of the human stack, and they use the technology. The tech stack, and we all know what a tech stack is, but it's like the Millennium Falcon, right? It's the thing that you build. It's the tools. It's the technology tools that you build. What I focus on is in technology. So this is still in technology. Humans are half of the equation, and we keep leaving them out. We keep calling it change management or adoption or governance, all these other words. But what we're really missing is that the base codes are different. The base code of the tech stack is all zeros and ones. The base code of the human stack is belonging. And until we start to create ways of engaging governance and adoption and change management that are focused on belonging and not just on, the true or false questions of binary code. Until we start focusing on that, we're not going to see digital transformation and widespread adoption of technology. I gave a keynote this week about AI. It was fundraising AI. And one of the things I said about that is that no matter how big the AI gets, and I think I could expand that, no matter how big or fancy the AI tech or how artificially intelligent the tech gets, human connection is always going to be bigger. We need to stop being distracted by the power and amazingness of the tech stack. I mean, I love Millennium Falcon. I love the tech stack. I think it's amazing what we can do with AI, with digital tools. I'm right there for it. But it's not a replacement for Han Solo, right? It's not a replacement for V Meridian. So that's what I mean by the human stack. Probably got more questions than answers. That's great. Throw those questions in. I'd love to hear what those questions are. Let me close with this. When my sister looks back on her memories of Disneyland, she remembers what it looked like, the photographs, the real part of it, the being there, the real piece of it, right? But when my niece looks back and she remembers, she doesn't just remember. She imagines what it was like to hold the lightsaber, to be in the rebellion, to be friends with V Meridian and a decoy spy. When we talk about digital tools and digital transformation, we need to get past the user manuals of just seeing the photographs like my sister sees. And we need to start seeing that users need to be inspired into seeing how they belong in the organization using these tools to create, in the nonprofit case, to create more impact. That's what we need to see. That's why I do the human stack. I would love to have you follow me if you want to. This is a link that you can click on to subscribe to my content. I would love in touch. I'd love to hear how you interact with this. Love to hear what that means for you. And if you need that in a little bit bigger, you can grab that QR code right there. That's the same thing. Let me know. Follow up with me. Let's talk. I'd love to hear what you think about all of this and the human stack. And I'd love to hear what you do. I'd love to hear what your thing is too. So thanks for tuning in. My name is Tim Lockie. I'm CEO of the Human Stack and can't wait to hear from you in the future.